I just completed a 90-hour just water fast. It was an experience that I'm still processing, and I had so many ahas that came from it. And I want to share them with you throughout this podcast. And it's amazing what came through. And, you know, we all feel, and reason why I'm sharing this is because I talk about money and wealth a lot. And, many of us feel that if we didn't have money, we couldn't survive. There would be a definite, we'd be destitute, right? It wouldn't happen. So a lot of the times we feel this desperate energy when it comes to money. We feel like if we don't have enough money, you know, we're going to go into panic mode. We're going to lose everything. We're not going to feel safe. It's a huge fear for many of us to have. And to be honest with you, it was one of the things that I was able to master almost 4 years ago now. And it was a point in time in my journey where I thought I might lose my house. I mean, I'm like, okay, the sea hit it, and I'm like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? And it was my first real, year in going all in on my business online. And I just didn't know how to do this. I didn't know it was going to be okay. I had no evidence of it. And I didn't have a real plan. And I was kind of just flying by the seat of my pants. And I still had a great belief that I could lose money, I could waste it, it could be gone and never come back. And I remember thinking to myself at the time, I'm like, well, I'm just gonna live in my car. My kids and I will just go shower at the gym and we'll be okay. I was having all these crazy backup plans coming through because that's how I was feeling. I was in this fight or flight. I was, constantly in that survival mode. Like, what is going to happen? And at the end of the day, really, was I going to die? No, I was not going to die. But that's how I felt. I felt this deep fear. The reason why I believe that we had the fight or flight, our amygdala gets, activated is so that we can, be aware of impending danger, right? So that we can let that fear fuel us. And for many people, what happens is they don't let that fear be something positive. That fear literally leaves them in analysis paralysis or destabilized because they're stuck, because the thought of doing anything else just petrifies them, right? So, and many of us, when we're in that state, one or two things could have happened to me. I could keep repeating that pattern of stay there and believe that I was, fear was taking over and I was going to lose everything. And I would probably actualize that because that's what I would be manifesting. And that would be my energetic frequency that I was sending out. Like, everything's gone, I'm lost, I've lost everything. Or I could have allowed myself that opportunity to rewire and start feeling safety with money. I don't really, in my opinion, have many choices available to me because it was either I was all in or I wasn't. And if you've been listening to this podcast or you've been around me for a while, you know that in that moment, I literally rewired my nervous system to feel safe with money. I was able to get through that process and really, from that step on, really start cultivating a different relationship with it. When I started realizing that, guess what? I got myself out of survival mode with money. I got myself into a thriving mode. And I knew that I was going to be okay no matter what when it came to money. Now, when I was doing this fast, the same things were coming up, but it was about food and it was about me dying, with that fear. Like, I remember on day 2, having gone 24 hours without eating, it was hard, but it was doable. It wasn't like it was terrible because we probably had sicknesses in the past. And because you were so sick, you probably didn't realize you didn't eat for 24 hours. I was very conscious that I didn't eat, for 24 hours. But it wasn't as bad. When you're getting into the 48 hours of no food, and most of our days are so surrounded by what are we going to eat? What are we going to do? And a lot of planning goes into it. A lot of preparation time goes into buying the food, preparing the food, thinking what you're going to eat. We spend a lot of time around food. But my survival like my body was saying we need food, right? Like it was saying we need food, but did I really need it? Was I going to be okay? Now, I'll tell you, there's this fear that came up with me. My body started cramping, and I worked out 2 days, and some people said don't work out. I heard and read different things that you could, and I did go to my infrared sauna, but I think I depleted, myself. And I needed electrolytes. My body was saying, hey, well, I couldn't find anything that was sugar free, so I just added some salt water into it. My water. So I added some salt into my water. And that regulated me again. The cramping went away. But this fear came up, and it was like, oh my gosh. I couldn't really put the fear into words. My body was reacting. It was saying, oh my goodness, like, what's happening right now? What's happening? Like it was calling for the food, right? But then another part of it was saying, we're gonna be okay. You're fine. Take it moment by moment. And this is something that I'm going to talk about in another episode too, but it's like you have to trust that your body's going to be okay, that you're not going to go into a state where you're going to die because you didn't eat. I had food in the refrigerator, right? I had food at my house, but it was letting my system know that you were going to be okay. Like, it's okay right now. It's okay. We can get through this. And it was allowing myself to have a different relationship with food, but also getting myself out of that survival mode with food and how I was treating food and what I was using food for and what was my body capable of doing. And was I allowing it to have its full run, or was I stuffing food in it way too many times and not letting me, see, can it really take care of me? After doing this fast for 90 days and 90 hours, excuse me, I know if anything should ever happen where I'm at, I've got 4 solid days, probably more of me. But I know that I know I'm gonna be okay. If I have water and whatnot, I'm gonna be okay. And that is such a refreshing thing to think about. So next time I get hungry, I'm not gonna feel like I'm gonna die. I'm so hungry. How many times have we said that? I'm gonna die. I'm so hungry. No, you're not. And the more that we say that, the more that our system believes that, and the more weak we feel as a species or as a human. My mindset now, another is coming up in another episode, is so next level with this. And I didn't realize how much I was looking to food, or I was looking to eat for my survival like that way, and that thinking that, if I miss a meal, if I ate differently, and if I did something, blah, 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 it meant this, this, and this to it. Like I was assigning so much meaning to food and who I was and the survival of myself. And all of that is gone now because it's not true. Okay, do we need food in the long run to eat and live? Yeah, sure. But if you get rid of the immediate threat or what it's creating inside of you, you will create a different relationship with food and yourself and what you're capable of. Because a lot of the times, I would see people doing these fasts, and in my mind, I'm like, there's no way I can go to 90 days without food. I'm like, I would look at them as superheroes because to me it was like, I'd love to try that, but there's no way. I see so many different people doing it, and I would be like, oh my gosh, how do they do that? How do they go that many days not eating? It would literally blow my mind. It would literally blow my mind. And for me, I honestly, I'm so amazed at the thoughts and the myths that I've busted through. And do I feel like a badass because I did that? Yes. And yes, the overachiever in me came out. I didn't push myself though beyond the 90 hours, which in the past I would have done because that was my feminine coming and saying, it's okay. You are good where you're at. We've gone to 90 minutes and 90 hours, and it's okay. You got to 90 minutes. I knew to stop. It's okay. I got to 90 hours. I knew when to stop. That was my feminine coming in, saying we're good. But the overachiever in me was like, well, I heard people go to 100. Let me try 100. But my feminine knew we were okay. We had nothing to prove. We didn't need to go down this road of more suffering. It was okay to quit then and to stop. It didn't mean anything if we did because we had done 90 minutes. And I tell you, if you have ever felt like you didn't have control. And you ever felt like that feeling of anxiousness of, you know, you don't have it all figured out. And the worst case scenario could happen. When you are hit in a moment where your body is telling you it's hungry and you're not feeding it, you're rewiring yourself to have a different and deeper understanding of the magic that's within you and what you're capable of. You start feeling and moving in a different way because you don't have that threat anymore. You don't have that fear facing you, telling you it's impossible, don't try it. And I'm not talking about food anymore. I'm talking about the things that you want to go and do. So many people have been in survival mode where they allow that fear to come in and tell them you can't. It's not possible. There's no way you can. That's for other people. You are not capable of doing it. There's no way that you are going to be able to survive. Because if you're in survival mode all the time, the thought of putting yourself into a place where you need to really survive is not appealing. And it's not on the top of your list of, yes, these are the things I want to do today. Put myself here and allow myself to feel this. And yes, I'm going to keep doing this. Absolutely not. Right? No, you're not going to do it. Because you're in survival mode. And survival mode is not thriving mode. But I would tell you, the moment that I allowed myself to feel that safety while I was fasting, keep telling myself it was going to be okay, I moved out of that small window where I was feeling like, oh my goodness, I don't know what's going to happen here, I need the food, into arriving and realizing I now had the power. Not the food telling me when, but I had the power. Not like saying I've got to eat, all the things that have been programmed in my mind about what food is. No, I had the power. I had the power. I was rewiring where I was. I have the power too, I realize now, to do anything. Absolutely anything. Because the mind will tell you, and like I said in the upcoming episode, but the mind will try to tell you things, right? But the body will try and lead that party. It'll be the one that say, no, don't do this. Don't do that. We're using our fear in a wrong way. We're using the survival, mechanisms that are within us in the wrong way. I had to drink, my throat's getting dry. But we're using it in the wrong way. And when we stop using our nervous system and our fight or flight trauma responses in those ways, in the ways where they're meant for real danger, we will start operating at such a different level. We will start doing things that we've always wanted to do. We will start showing up really brave, bold, go for it, all in, next level selves. Because we will not have that fear holding us back. That fear of, oh my gosh, the impending doom. I wasn't gonna die. I was gonna be okay. And let me tell you, when you're faced with no food, you need food and water, right? You need that. But in those days, I realized that I didn't need it. I would still be okay. Now, how many things in your life are you not doing or taking action on because you're like, what are all the things that could go wrong if I do this? And you're afraid of all those things, and you're afraid, you have that fear that's meant for real danger, and you are living in that survival mode, and you're not thriving. What are you holding yourself back from? I think it's a lot. And I know this is why many people kind of jump out of a plane, but most of the times they have a parachute, let's hope, or they have a guide. So they have this little sense of trust and faith, right? They're going to be okay because they want to jump out of the plane otherwise. But it is scary, and I've never done it, so I can't equate. But when you have to really dip into your own self and get into that own place of you've got your back, You can take care of yourself. You're going to be okay. That's the next level that comes out after that. That's that next level of confidence and understanding and knowing and trusting and believing. That is how that magic is created of what you are and what you can create, and extraordinary results come out. So what I want you to do is really ask yourself, and many of you are probably going to go fast right now, I know that, which is great, and I've had a lot of questions about it. I am not an expert, but I will tell you, if you've never done it and you have been wanting to do it, maybe this is your sign. And you can leave me a comment too about it. But you don't need to fast, but you can. But where are you living in survival mode? Where are you just getting through the day? Where are you not taking that next step? Where are you not initiating the next level? Where are you staying in your comfortable self where you're not making those next moves? Where are you, letting fear be the guide? Where are you sabotaging yourself because you're overthinking? There's so many places I guarantee that you're doing it. And if you wiped it clean and realize that you are such a badass and you can go do those great things, guess what? You'll go do those great things. But sometimes we just need to be reminded when we get still and we stop and really dissect. Is this a real fear or is it not? Is this really something I should be worried about? Is it not? Is this something that I'm allowing to dictate who I become in my next level? Is it holding me back? Because a belief is something you can change, but not if you keep believing. A state is something you can change, but not if you keep staying there. A result can change only if you do something different, or else you're going to get the same result, right? So this is a deep one. And I'm telling you, the stuff that came through for me, watch out, people. It's amazing. Stay tuned. I have so much more coming up. If you have enjoyed this episode, I want you to share with somebody. Leave me a comment, leave me a review, and let me know what your feedback is. I'd love to hear it. Now, for those of you who are looking to really get to your next level, become that master and allow yourself to move through those phases, you've got to take that next step. You've got to really feel into who you are as a person. I would go download my meditation, the Wealth Meditation, and start getting into that stillness. Start step 1 there and get into that stillness. Join our Quantum Woman group. I'm doing free trainings there all the time. And you can make sure you subscribe to this and leave me a comment, like I said. And also go check out our swag, our free stuff, also our free trainings. And if there's anything that you need, contact our team and we will be happy to assist you. Again, stay tuned. There's some amazing episodes coming up. This 90-hour fast really brought through some amazing gems and I can't wait to share. All right, bye.